In today's video, we're going to understand a very important topic, that is parameterization. We also call it as data-driven testing. Now, parameterization means passing multiple set of data for same test case or for same test steps. Now, there can be many instances, guys, that as a tester, we are testing something in which only input data is changing, but our steps are same. So there is no benefit of recording those test cases again and again. So parameterization is one of the options we use in this case, in which our test case will be same, but we will be passing multiple set of input data into it. Now let's see how to implement it. So first of all, we're going to create a test case. For that, you can click on this file, new, test, name this test case, let's say parameter underscore new. Here you can give the solution name, so I'm just keeping it same. We'll click on create button over here. So test case have been created. Now let's start with recording. So first of all, we must keep in mind two things should be open on your screen when you are recording. One, tool with the help of which you are recording it, that is UFT, and second is the application you are testing. So application you are testing plus tool with the help of which you are testing it. So these two things should be open on your screen. Please make sure that you have not opened anything else on your screen, because if any other application is open, there is a tendency that UFT can capture that, or it will automatically navigate to that particular application. So it's better for clear and clean recording, it's better to have your application under test and the tool with the help of which you are testing it, that is UFT. Only these two tools should be open on your screen. Now let's start with the recording. As I've told you last time that you have two options to record. One is this record and second is this option over here. So I'm going to click on this. I'll go to record and run setting. So guys, this time I'm going to choose this option. Record and run on any open Windows based application. So this option has no relation with parameterization. I just want you to have understanding of other option too. So now whichsoever Windows based application will be open on your screen, UFT will capture it. So because of this reason, it is very important that on your system no other application should be open. Otherwise UFT will navigate to that application. So keep in mind that only application under test, that is your flight sample application, and UFT should be open on your screen. So I'm going to click on OK over here. Click on record. You can use this option. So guys, I'm going to capture this application now. After login, you will be landed to this page, and I'm going to record this page now. I'm not recording login. I'm recording this because I will be performing parameterization here. So I'm recording this. I'm taking fly from as London, flight to, I'm choosing the same, let's say Paris. I'm keeping the same date. I'm changing it to business. This is the class. You have three options in it: economy, business and first. I'm choosing business. Number of tickets, I'm choosing it as 4. Click on find flights. You can choose any flight matching your criteria. So I'm choosing this. Click on select flight button. You will be landed to this page. Passenger name, I'm entering name of the passenger here. So guys, this is the column, or this is the object on which I'm going to perform parameterization. I'm going to pass multiple set of values over here, and then we will see how UFT works on it. I'm going to click on order, and then you can click on new search. Now we will stop recording. So this is how my recording looks like. This is editor view. You can perform parameterization in both keyword and editor view. So first we will start with keyword view. In order to go to keyword view, we'll click on this option view. Go to keyword view. This is how it's going to look like. I will be implementing parameterization on passenger name object. So under value column, you will see this value over here, Emily. You will double click on it, and here you will see hash P. Click on this. You get 4 options over here: test action parameter, data table, environment, random number. We will click on data table, add new parameter. We'll keep it same. Here in parameter name, we'll choose the name of columns. So what will happen with data table? One table will be created in which you can enter multiple set of values for the passenger name column. Now this option parameter name is asking for the column name under which you want to enter the different set of values for passenger name. So I'm just keeping it as same as my object name, although it's totally your choice what you want to put over here. I'll click on OK. Now one table will be created in which you can enter multiple set of data for passenger name. If you want to see that table, again we'll go to the view option here. Click on data and look at this. Table has been created with one value Emily, which I have inserted at the time of recording. Now you can write down the different set of values over here. So let's say second value I want to pass is Sam. Third value I want to pass is Scott. Now I want to test this particular recording with respect to these three values. So I am passing multiple set of values for one recording. Let's see how to perform it now. So we're going to click on this run option over here. So look at this. It chose Emily first. Then again it executed. Sam has been chosen in the second iteration. Again it executed. And Scott has been chosen in the third iteration. So this is how same test case with multiple set of data has been executed. If you see at the report, you will see iteration number 1. So all test cases passed. So it is 100% passed. And if you look at the iteration, this is iteration number 2 and this is the iteration number 3. So you can individually also look at the iteration number, how long it took. This is the execution time and this is the duration. So this is how you can implement parameterization in keyword view. Now we will understand how to implement parameterization in editor view. In order to do so, we're gonna again create a new test case. For that you have two options. Either you can click on this plus sign or go to file and follow the same process which we did in our previous videos and even in this video to create a test case. Now we're gonna explore this feature over here. We already worked on this. So we're gonna work on this plus sign. Click on that. It will automatically pop up that test case window. Now here, I'm gonna name it as editor underscore parameter. We'll click on add. So the new test case has been created. We'll click on record. Click on OK. Now again we're gonna capture the same window. I'm gonna choose fly from as Paris, flight to as London. I'm going to keep the same date. I'm changing class to first. Number of tickets, let's keep it as 4. Click on find flights. Choose any flight matching your criteria. Click on select flight. Here again I'm passing the passenger name. Let's say this time I'm passing Scott. Click on order. And then we'll click on new search. Stop recording from here. By default you are landed to keyword view because you have set up as keyword view. Let's switch it to editor view. Again we'll go to view option and go to editor. So this is your complete script. So now I will be performing parameterization on number of tickets option. Let's pass different set of values over here. For that, you will be going to tools option over here. Choose data driver. And here you will get list of all the constant values on which you can implement parameterization. I know number of tickets is 4. This is the value. If you want to cross check, you can cross check from here. So you have few options. That is, first, this is your business class, first class. So this is your class option. Then you have London, Paris. This is your fly from and fly to, name of the person, and number of tickets. These are the fields on which you can implement parameterization. So I'm going to implement parameterization on this 4 because I know this is number of tickets value. This is the constant for number of tickets. So I'm going to choose this and then click on parameterize. We'll go to this option, parameterize all. So now here you have this parameter option where the global sheet address is given. If you want to modify any value over here, you can click on this pen and pencil, this sign over here. So you all are familiar with this table. In the keyword view parameterization, we came across this. So it is the same table. Here in parameter name, you can change it and keep it as a column name. In this case, it is number of tickets. So I'm just keeping it as number of tickets. Click on OK. We'll click on finish over here. We'll click on OK. And now we're gonna scroll it up. You can see number of tickets. It's 4 over here. This is the value which I passed at the time of recording. And now I want to pass multiple set of values. And for that, you can write down the values over here. Let's say 5. And one value I want to enter as, let's say 9. Again, let's get started with the execution. For that, you will click on this run option over here. Click on run. So the execution initiated. First it chose 4. This is the first iteration. Now look at the second iteration over here. It chose 5. And third iteration started. And it chose 9. So guys, this is how we can implement parameterization in both keyword and editor view. And you can see it's passed, 100% execution is done. All the test cases, all the steps has been passed. So guys, this is parameterization. And parameterization has a lot of advantages. It saves your time and memory. And for the same test case, you can pass multiple set of data, which saves our time as well as our memory. That's all for this video, guys. In our next video, we're gonna understand how to insert wait event in the recording. Thanks for now. We'll see you in the next video.